Happy Monday, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majewski back with you here in the North Georgia Majewski Studios with your Talking Live forecast update here on your January the 5th, 2025. Well, I hope folks had a great start to their new year after the long holiday break. It's time to get back to normalcy now, as we're back to the first full week of January to kind of get back to work. And we're sorting for some above normal temperatures this week. On top of that, we do have a little rain in the forecast, and we do have colder weather also on the tail end of my 7-day. We're going to get in all those details here in just a second. Now, before we get rolling, if you're new here on the Talking Live Broadcast Channel Facebook page, please give us a like or follow. Or if you're watching over on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you're alerted on future updates. All right, let's go ahead and take a live look there in Chattanooga here for today. Looking pretty good with a bit of sunshine out there. And we're also seeing a lot of sunshine up there at Lake Chattanooga as well for today. Now, one of the things we're going to be watching this week as we're going to be watching our next storm system is going to be setting off some active weather back off to our west. This is actually looking ahead toward Friday, where we could see some severe weather back to portions of western Tennessee into Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, and heading into Kentucky. Now, this will slide through probably going into Saturday. Right now, I'm not anticipating any severe weather, but just something we're going to keep a watchful eye on here for the week ahead. Radar remains quiet, should remain that way for most of the week until we get toward that rain event toward the end of the week. Satellite picture, we've been dealing with some areas of fog that have been kind of slow burning off. You kind of see where the fog is kind of hanging out in here across the southeast, and getting some sunshine slowly but surely across the area. Let's take a look at our regional radar, looking at temperatures here warming up into the 60s and well into the 50s. Now, keep in mind, normal high is supposed to be in the low 50s this time of year. We're already in the low 60s, so it is definitely a mild day here all across East Tennessee and North Georgia. And it looks like we're in store for that to continue. Now, as we go ahead and look at our loop here from the latest NAM model, the 12Z run, we're staying dry here for the most part till Thursday. We look at toward the end, and we get some of that precipitation start to show up there toward Thursday evening. Again, some of those could be on the thunderstorm side with potential for some severe weather going into Friday. But we're going to watch that closely as we get closer to the week. We'll get a better idea of how that storm system is going to behave. But it has some pretty good dynamics with it. Now, let's go look at our forecast map here as we go ahead and put this into motion for you. You can kind of watch that little timestamp there on top as I kind of go through the days of the week as we go into your Tuesday. Looking pretty good, no big problems here. Maybe a stray shower up in portions of Tennessee, but for the most part, we're looking dry here. Going into Wednesday here, looking pretty good. There's that front moving on through here on Wednesday. Not really much of a player there. It's going to kind of watch itself out. Thursday, we'll introduce a slight chance of rain, but the best chance of rain will be going into Friday and into Saturday. It's when the system will be kind of moving on in here. It should be clearing on through there. So you see the Friday position. There's the Saturday position. And then behind this, we're going to be getting colder. Obviously, a little bit of a breeze in here. You see all those isobars, and there's this comes in. Here's a little Arctic front back up here to the north. So we are anticipating things to get colder as we go into next week. In fact, we should see temperatures back below freezing and some chilly air moving in as that high pressure settles in. But look at that, dominating most of the country going into early next week. So let's look at your forecast here for your Tuesday. You're going to call for mostly cloudy skies. You notice a little bit of a wind kicking up a little bit later in the afternoon as well. High 64, 48. If you see a stray shower, not a big deal. Don't worry about it. Not really going to amount to much there. Looking at your overnight lows, mostly in the 40s. Again, maybe a couple of 30s over there in the mountains, but otherwise looking pretty good here across the area. Very mild. These are actually closer to our daytime highs. And then our daytime highs, low to mid 60s for pretty much for everybody here. Mostly cloudy again, a bit of a south wind picking up there at 5 to 15. Regionally looking like this as we're looking at mild temperatures all across the southeast, 60s and 70s out there, 71 over in Columbus, 67 Asheville, 75 in Jackson, 77 in New Orleans, and 66 up in Nashville. Next 7 days, here we go. Enjoy the warm weather right through Friday. Saturday will be our transition day as that front moves on through. Best chance of rain coming in Friday, going into Friday night. And then you see the colder weather there on Sunday and Monday, 49 and 50, and lows getting down into the upper 20s to around 30 by the time we get to Monday. So we'll get back to kind of where we're supposed to be for January standards with the temperature as we go into the new work week. So one thing's for sure, it looks like we're this warm pattern, once it goes on by this week, I think we're in store for a pretty decent pattern change here for the second half of the month of January, which is going to be more conducive for cold air. I'm not saying we're going to get any kind of snow or anything like that, but definitely looking colder as we go into the second half of the month. I think that things are trending in that direction. Again, I appreciate you guys checking us out here on the Talking Live broadcast channel. Please give us a like and follow on Facebook. And if you happen to be watching over on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you're alerted on future updates. All right, that's it for now. You guys take it easy, be good, stay safe, and we'll see you next time. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.